Hi guys! So today I'm going to be talking about Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, the movie, which just came out today, and I actually went to see it with Jen and my other friend Julia. So, first things first, if you haven't seen the movie yet, please stop watching because there's going to be like major spoilers in here. And also, if you don't want to hear a rant, don't watch this video because like the movie actually really pissed me off. As a fan of the series, as a fan of even Heroes of Olympus, it really pisses me off. So if you didn't want to hear a rant and you just kind of want to hear people review it, then maybe find another video because, yeah. And also, if you're young and you don't want to hear a lot of swearing, probably should click the exit button because I'm definitely going to be swearing a lot because that's how much the movie pissed me off. So first things first, I knew there was going to be changes, obviously, because, like, even in the first one, they changed it so that Percy was 16 already, even though, like, in Lightning Thief, the book, he's, like, 12. So that was already changed, and that was probably not, like, it wasn't something they could fix because they already said that in the first movie, so it's not like they can just be like, yeah, now he's magically 12 again. So that was, gone and everything. And then they actually made Annabeth blonde finally, thank fuck, because yeah, the whole thing was like she's supposed to feel kind of like bitter all the time because people treat her like a dumb blonde even though she's like the daughter of Athena, who's the goddess of wisdom. So that was like okay, like I felt like there was some, like there was a lot of promise here because I was like, oh yay, they're finally starting to try and stick to the books. But if you thought the first movie was a fuck up in terms of not following the books, the second movie is probably even like times 10. And going into the movie, I did not think this was possible because I think they fucked up, pretty royally with the first one. But just think of all the first, like, what they did in the first one. Now, like, throw in a ton more shit. And that's the second one, basically. And how they fucked up was that they combined basically the last four books together, except for like maybe the last one completely because that's like the big epic finale, right? But like they combined kind of like the plots of the next three, so basically they combined the second, third, and fourth one together, and it's just like okay, and they kept jumping around, so it didn't really make sense. And also Grover in the movie is not missing. He's not been missing searching for Pan. Pan's never mentioned this. Grover kind of just tags along with the group, and he gets kidnapped by Luke and his demi-titans, who are trying to also find the fleece. But here's the main difference between the books and the movie. The movie, Luke is trying to get the Golden Fleece because he wants to resurrect Kronos, who he already has, because apparently he went through Tartarus. Like, what? Like, I shit you not, this was a line in the movie. Luke literally says, I went through Tartarus, I went through, got Cronus' remains, and here we are now. Like, as someone who is, like, pretty much still dying from Mark of Athena, especially the ending of Mark of Athena, to hear that is, like, taking a fucking shit on Rick Riordan's writing. Like, what? Like, I know Rick isn't involved with the movies at all, because I don't know, like, I wouldn't want to be involved with the movies, because they're a fucking piece of shit. But yeah, like, how can you say that Luke went through Tartarus, found Cronus' remains, and then, like, strolls out of Tartarus? Like, no! Like, that's not how Tartarus works! Like, obviously these people who wrote the screenplay did not read the books, or did not read any, like, continuation. Like, they just bought the rights and they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're just gonna use the name. Like, no! So then, that happened, and, like, so Luke is trying to resurrect Kronos, and, the whole island, like, the CC Spa is not there, the whole Sirens thing is not there, the only thing that, like, remains constant is that Clarice is there, and she goes, and Tyson's there, and, like, Annabeth hates Tyson because of the whole Cyclops thing, and then, like, what's his name? Polyphemus? The big Cyclops guy that has, Grover, and, like, they kind of kept true to the whole, like, Grover pretending to be a female Cyclops thing, but, like, that lasted about a minute, and then, like, Grover rips off his clothes, and he's like, yeah, I quit, and he's like, yeah, I'm a satyr, but, like, the Cyclops is like, you're a dude? And, like, yeah. But yeah, so that happened, and, in the end, like, for some reason, they're talking about the fucking prophecy, and then, like, it's saying a cursed blade. So if you know the Percy Jackson series, you know that the cursed blade is not Riptide. It's not the blade that Percy has. It's something that Luke picks up. So they basically say that the cursed blade is Percy's sword. They say it's Riptide, and then, like, all of a sudden, Percy has this, like, superpower, and he's, like, in the hand of Kronos, and Kronos is, like, about to squish him, and then all of a sudden, like, it doesn't work, and Annabeth's like, Percy! And then, like, Percy just, like, gets his sword and, like, cuts through Kronos, and Kronos is, like, dead. And then Kronos' remains goes back to his tomb, and you're like, well then, because it wasn't supposed to be that easy, and that wasn't supposed to happen. But yeah, so all in all, they get the fleece back, they go back to, oh, and, like, in between, Annabeth dies. Yeah, she dies. But then she's resurrected by the golden fleece. Can I just say how stupid that was? But, whatever, you know, you gotta have some tension in movies. But yeah, so they take the golden fleece back to camp. Oh, and also, a big part of the change is that, Chiron is not fired. So they didn't need to, like, send an Iris message that, like, Luke admits that he's the one who poisoned Talia's tree. They kind of, like, right from the start, Percy's like, yeah, it was Luke, it was Luke, it was Luke. And meanwhile, Chiron is, like, trying to, like, he's, like, finding an antidote to, like, fix Talia's tree and everything. And yeah. So they did stick with the whole ending where Talia comes back, but they don't say that it was Luke's master plan. Because it was Luke's plan to have the fleece brought back to the camp, and then Talia's back, so it kind of fucks up with the Great Prophecy. But no, that was not included. It's just like an added bonus or something. Yeah, so, that movie sucked balls. Like, I don't understand how you can fuck up a movie that much. Like, and also, they talked about Selena in the movie. Like, apparently Selena's now one of, like, the people on, Princess Andromeda. I don't even fucking know how to pronounce it anymore. I'm so pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck? Because Selena's involved in the last book. No. Like, I don't know. I need some tea. I don't know how else you could fuck up a movie that badly. The movie was so bad. Like, I'm not saying in terms of acting or whatever, even though the acting wasn't, like, the best. Levin Rambin and the guy who plays Tyson were amazing, but other than that, it was just like, oh, and Stanley Tucci was amazing as Mr. D, but, like, it's Stanley Tucci. He's always amazing in whatever role he plays, right? Like, it's Stanley fucking Tucci. But yeah, like, all in all, that movie was fucking, like, I can't even deal with it as a fan of the series. Like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, oh my god. So yeah, that's my favorite. Like, holy shit, they changed so much. Don't have high expectations if you really want to see it. If you're a big Percy Jackson fan, like I was going into the movie, you know, maybe just don't view it as, you know, a Percy Jackson movie. Just view it as another, you know, fantasy movie, because then you won't be as pissed off. But yeah, that's the end of my review. Bye, guys.